If you have MyFitnessPal for Android, this is how you enter a recipe. So say you're going to make a big old pot of chili for your family. You're going to go into your menu, hit recipes, meals, and food. Go over to recipe and create a recipe. So this is where you can either choose to copy and paste a recipe, the ingredients from a recipe from a website, or you can enter it manually. And I find that this process normally ends up being pretty manual, just to be able to edit all of the ingredients and the portion sizes of each ingredient. So I always end up just entering it manually. So recipe, I always put the date in there so that I know that I'm using the correct recipe when I log it into my diary. And say you're making a big pot and it's going to serve 8. Then I always check this bulk ingredients import so that I can add multiple ingredients at one time. That makes things a little more simple, I think. So we're going to do, let's see, for now we're just going to put in ingredients names. So kidney beans, crushed tomatoes, yellow onion, celery, let's see, ground beef, bell pepper, and let's do chicken stock. All right, so we've got our ingredients in there. We're going to hit next at the top. And now this is the process where MyFitnessPal is going to try to match the ingredients. And sometimes it's really good and sometimes they're pretty far off. So this is where it gets a little bit manual. So grape tomatoes, it says original crushed tomatoes. We want to make sure that we are looking for crushed tomatoes, the canned crushed tomatoes. So we're going to hit that ingredient, and at the bottom of the screen you're going to hit replace ingredient. X out of the top, and now you're going to find crushed tomatoes. And there you go. So we've got crushed tomatoes, and say we're doing 1 can, so that's 1 container of crushed tomatoes. All right, we're good with that one. Celery, 2 medium branches. So we want to make sure that we're putting everything that we can in grams to make sure that we're getting accurate portion size. So here we go, celery raw, and say we're doing 200 grams. So we'll change the serving size to 2. There we go. Green bell pepper. We're going to replace this ingredient as well and find one that is in grams. And say we were doing 200 grams of our green bell pepper. Onion, this one is already in grams. We'll do 100 grams of yellow onion. Kidney beans, it looks like this is correct. So we've got 1 container, which is 1 4/5 cups. So that's, but if you see down here, it says 2,146 calories. Something is off with that. So we want to replace that ingredient. And maybe we do canned kidney beans. And we're doing 1 cup of those. And we've got 1 pound of ground beef, but say we want it to be the 95% lean ground beef. And we want to make sure that we're doing it raw. So let's replace this ingredient as well. Raw ground beef. All right, here's one right here, 4 ounces, and we're going to do 3 servings of that. And then we've got chicken stock, and maybe we're doing 400 milliliters of chicken stock. All right, so once you've got all of your ingredients in there, you can see up here 8 servings, 160 calories per serving. Going to hit next. You've got all of your ingredients in there. You hit save. All right, and now you want to add 1 serving of this to your diary. So we want to eat it for dinner tonight. We've got 1 serving in there. And now you can see I meant to put 623.20 chili, so I left that part off by accident. But you can see in here now that you've got your 1 serving of chili instead of an entire list of ingredients. And it gives you all of your nutrition breakdowns as well.